Okay, so we've just been screwing around the hinterlands, but I think it's time we travel back to Haven because I've got a mission to do with the watchtowers, and also got to meet Mother Giselle back in Haven. I think we're going to come back to the hinterlands later anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Just going to follow the story along and see how we go. This is way too long to read. Especially considering how quickly that just disappeared. Alright, back in Haven at the Frostback Mountains. Looks like we've got a quest or something.
Come on, you've seen our mounts. Most of them should be pulling clouds.
Didn't all grow up with fancy noble horses on his back. You ride whatever holds you. Why are you here?
Who am I supposed to be talking to? What quest is this? It's the blacksmith. There he is. Loot. Can you improve my equipment?
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
Okay. Anyway.
Goodbye.
Right.
Is that supposed to modify something? Modification. Upgrading an item adds the upgrade stats to the item's stats, in addition to changing its appearance. For example, attaching a hilt with a +3 cunning to a bonus to a sword adds this bonus to the sword. You can freely remove and add existing upgrades or exchange them between different items. New upgrades can be crafted in crafting stations. Interesting. Well, I got nothing.
You need something, let me know.
Tactician's renewal. Alright, we'll come back when I have any kind of clue of what he wants me to do. Ooh, who's that? It's Cassandra. Oh, let's go talk to Cassandra. What she wants. Very angry.
Oh.
You need stronger dummies.
I think you need practice dummies made of sturdier stuff.
That would be nice.
Like maybe iron.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life.
Dying.
One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool. And they may be right.
What do you believe?
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You don't think I'm chosen?
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
Okay, what happens next?
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can.
Okay.
After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them.
Okay.
And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them.
Hello.
I only pray the price
Whoa.
is not too high.
It's too late to turn back.
Isn't it a bit late to worry about it now?
We have only just begun. My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must Think before you act.
Do it.
I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail.
Do it.
But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Glad to hear it.
Can't say I'm not grateful to hear that.
I can be harsh, I know. You've said you believe you're chosen. Does that mean you believe in the Maker?
I don't know.
I can't really say.
I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
For a warrior, she sure talks a lot. A lot. Okay, moving on. Open the gates. I think Varric was up here, wasn't he? Let's talk to Varric. Yo.
Need something?
Ooh, I have questions about Hawk. This must be because I did Dragon Age Keep. Let's see.
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Ooh, what happened to Anders?
What happened to the mage who destroyed the Kirkwall Chum Tree? The book never said.
He fled Kirkwall with the mages from the Circle. Stayed with them a while, but he had to move on. Somehow a lot of mages blamed him for making them live as fugitives. I don't know where he is now, and I don't want to know.
Okay, you made up the Arashok fight? Okay.
There's no way Hawk really could have killed the Arashok. It would have started a war with the Kunari.
I was told later that the Kunari disavowed his actions. Apparently the Arashok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the Red Dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again." As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's version of an apology.
We will never speak of this again. Oh, classic.
In the book, you say that first Enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses. How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you? Well, I can't tell you how. For the why, all I can say is he was desperate.
Okay.
Where are the rest of Hawk's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Last I knew, Hawk's sister Bethany was doing something wardeny near the Anderfell's border.
Wardeny.
Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job.
Alright. That's fun. Well, it's interesting to know where everybody went after I killed everybody. Solus still here? Let's talk to Solus. What's up?
As I explored the Fade, I felt the presence of an intriguing artifact in the hinterlands. If you are willing, I would like to locate it. I have marked its location as best I could determine.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, we'll be back in the hinterlands later, so... Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
Do I need a reason?
Why not?
Privacy? Caution? Concern about the direction of this Inquisition once our work is done?
Then don't tell me. I wasn't asking as part of the Inquisition.
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
Why are you so protective? You got something to hide? Why study the Fade?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake out of the Fade became troublesome.
Sounds dangerous.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it.
Oh, it is.
I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
Clearly you woke up.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Is that why you're here?
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If our enemies destroy the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
I hope that works.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train to flick a dagger or an arrow to its target. The grace with which you move is a pleasing side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
You like my side benefits?
So you're
Oh,
suggesting I'm graceful?
No. I am declaring it. It was not a
smooth.
subject for debate.
Right. Well, that option is wide open there. Where have you studied?
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Which battlefields?
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors.
Hey, I was
I saw
there.
Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire,
That was me.
and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
Asshole. Tell me what happened. Oh,
I've
I
heard
don't
the
know.
stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real.
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Right, so this must be what happens when you import your saves and stuff from Dragon Age Keep. So he talks about the first battle at Ostagar, which is in Dragon Age Origins, and Varric was talking about Hawk and his friends in Dragon Age 2, so that's interesting. Do you work with anyone?
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
Wisdom and purpose.
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter.
Oh,
Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
those are demon names.
You're saying that you became friends with Pride and Desire demons?
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
That's amazing.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with spirits.
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief and shared my joy. Yet, because they exist without form, as we understand it, the Chantry declares that spirits are not truly people. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
Definitely his chest hair. spirits of people need a body to be real.
They're not defined by their bodies, but they do have bodies. You need one to be a person.
A demon possessing a corpse has a body.
A living body.
A demon possesses a living mage to become an abomination.
They didn't make that body, they just took it over.
Technically, your mother created your body. With some help from your father, one assumes?
You've thought about this.
On occasion, yes.
We'll talk later.
Okay. That was interesting. Moving on. So spirits of people too, huh? Whoa, what's going on here? Oh man.
Your kind killed the most holy.
Lies. Your kind let her die.
Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
Yeah, piss off.
And what does that mean exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
With
course
an
you are.
iron fist.
Back to your duties, all of you.
Well, that was easy. Do. Hey Cullen, what's up?
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
Why can't we work together? We're not so terrible. The Prothero Authority failed. We're not so terrible.
I don't know. The Inquisition seems about as functional as any young family.
How many families are on the verge of splitting into open warfare with themselves?
Yes, because that would never happen to the Chantry.
Centuries of tradition will guide us. We are not the upstart, eager to turn over every apple cart.
We don't turn over apple carts. Cullen, why is he here?
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay?
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Royeaux, however.
I see. Is the Mage-Templar War large?
How widespread is the violence between mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chantry's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
But who killed the Divine?
The mages and Templars are fighting, even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Exactly why all this should be left to a new Divine. If you are innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Or we'll be happy to use someone as a scapegoat.
You think nobody cares about the truth? We all grieve Justinia's loss.
Oh, sure you
But
do.
you won't grieve if the Herald of Andraste is conveniently swept under a carpet.
Good luck keeping order.
Don't let anyone riot while we're gone.
The walls will be standing when you return, I hope.
Lol. Okay. Well, let's go in. Okay, in we go. Alright, looks like Mother Giselle is here.
Researcher Minave wishes to verify that the infections have decreased in number.
Yes. Thank you for your help. Tell me, are you happy this way? With everything you feel and dream cut
Heaven
away?
has been
I no
filled
longer
with
talk to
silence.
dragons.
I knew
see.
then, and
May God
crossed
go
my
with you.
heart with shame.
I see, so she must be a tranquil.
Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
Terribly. I'm trying.
I'm doing everything within my power.
A task, such as closing the breach, is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone. We remember Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, and though it is considered heresy to say it, she had the aid of the elf Chartan. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
Alright, This comparison scares me. I follow elven gods. I obey the will of an... Okay, thank you.
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle.
Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you.
Damn.
In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Brutal? What? I'd like Inquisition history.
Can you tell me about the original Inquisition?
The original Inquisition was formed after the First Blight, well before the Chantry as we know it. The Inquisitors were hunters, zealots, who tracked and killed cultists and dangerous mages. As Andraste rose to power, the Inquisition came into her service. Instead of hunting those who would do harm, the Inquisitors spread the chant of light by force.
By force? We're named after that.
No wonder everyone is so nervous around us. Who chose that name?
Divine Justinia herself. I understand that this was not a popular decision.
She must have been stupid.
In any case, once the chant of light had spread far and wide, there was less need for zealots. The Inquisitors became the seekers of truth, and eventually the Templars.
Why bring us back?
This is a dark chapter of history for the Divine to revisit.
Do you know what impresses me most about the original Inquisition? They fought horrific battles, killed and died for their cause, and when it was time, they put their swords away. Perhaps the name was Divine Justinia's message, that when the Inquisition is needed, it will strike without mercy. But when its work is done, it will put its sword away.
Will it now? Okay. Who will be the next Divine?
Do you know who the Grand Clerics will choose as the next Divine?
It is a difficult decision. All the obvious candidates perished with Divine Justinia at the Conclave.
So everyone is dead.
The Grand Clerics are terrified of the Inquisition. They will not decide soon, and I fear they will not decide wisely. Whoever is chosen needs the Inquisition's support. No one else seems likely to seal the breach.
How are the people?
How are the people doing after what happened at the Conclave?
They are scared, of course. Many have lost homes or loved ones. I doubt many will sleep well until you have sealed the breach. I have offered what help I can. The rest is for the Inquisition. What more do you wish to know?
Oh, you from France? How are people at Haven?
How are the villagers in Haven doing?
They are terrified. Many of them came here because the war between the Mages and the Templars destroyed their homes. In their minds, the death of the Divine has destroyed any chance of peace. To that, add the breach. Farmers have fled their fields. If we do not restore order, half of Thedas may starve.
Bugger. What help are you offering?
What are you doing to help these people?
My sisters and I have been tending to the injured as best we are able. Some refugees come with food, while others arrive empty-handed. I have helped ensure that all have enough to eat. Beyond that, many simply wish the familiar comfort of the Chant of Light. It is little enough work to offer some comfort to those in pain.
How are people elsewhere?
Do you have information on people elsewhere?
The refugees in the hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim many lives. Villagers in Crestwood are besieged by their own dead. They have sent word begging for assistance. People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Olay and Ferelden.
Alright, well thanks, Oprah.
Farewell.
Until next time.
That satisfies. Yeah, travel to the hinterlands and meet with souls. No. Alright. I was supposed to talk to you. Is that... Know thy enemy? Let's check our missions. So the Inquisitor's Path. Threat remains. Travel to Royeaux. Power required. Speak with Corporal Vale. I did all those. Alright, whatever. Moving back. Summon a war council. Woohoo! operations. You now have access to missions. Mission operations take time and bring the Inquisition resources and rewards. Only one mission per advisor can be active at a time. Some missions have preferred type, which results in less time required when undertaken by the associated advisor. Missions may also provide different rewards depending on which advisor completes them. Okay. Fa-ching. Alright. Build watchtowers. I need to do that. I think Cullen, maybe?
Chancellor Roderick came to speak with me. Could you try not to antagonize him?
If I have spent the man so easily, perhaps he should try leaving me alone.
Okay. Yeah, I need to do that for the hinterlands. Okay, I think that's it. Okay. So we equip this mission, set active. Power required. Travel to Royeaux. Okay. So is that a thing? Can I do that? Should I not have done that? Whoops. Alright. Olay. So we have to travel to Royeaux. Address.
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all. I will inform you if that changes.
Recommended levels 4 to 7. Select.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
You have a crazy
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
No. I don't know. This may not actually help.
I'm more concerned this won't actually solve any problems.
I agree. It just lends credence to the idea that we should care what the Chantry says.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Okay. Address the Chantry in Royeaux. The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed, and at this moment we could not step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city so we can show them the Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. Okay, recommended level 4 for 7. Okay. Confirm operation. Do it. That sounded like an achievement. I just pressed a button. Oh, the hinterlands. My Lord Al Tegan. Oh, Tegan now. Nice. Tegan is the Arl. Okay. Loading times.
The city still mourns.
Make people
Just
cry.
a guest seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
And sarcasm.
My Lady Herald.
Your hood is too big.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
Okay. There's only one thing I can do. Look fabulous.
They wish to protect the people from us?
We expected
Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Alright, moving on. Ooh, something to read. So much reading. So little time. Ooh, more reading. The first line of Royeaux. Interesting. More reading. Okay.
Good people of Royeaux, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more.
What does that mean?
Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no elf in our hour of need.
That's racist.
We came here in peace simply to talk, and this is what you do. I implore you, let us sit down together to deal with the real threat.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
Look at this guy.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Oh, snap!
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
Okay. How dare you? Am I supposed to be impressed? Save me the trouble. Not here for us, then? How dare you?
What's the meaning of this?
Her claim to authority is an insult, much like your own.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed.
Your mama should be ashamed.
You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
You're ugly. Templars, join as Cullen did. Help us close the breach. Then why are you here?
What we truly need is an alliance that will seal the breach.
Oh, the breach is indeed a threat. But you certainly have no power to do anything about it.
But Lord Seeker, what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence.
You deserve a kick in the ass.
You have shown me nothing. And the Inquisition, less than nothing.
Oh, piss off.
Templars, Val Royeaux is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Alright, later.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
How well do you know him?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
I smell demons. Will he see reason? So much for Templar help.
It doesn't look like we'll be getting the Templars to help us after all.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. There must be those in the Order who see what he's become. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Alright. Let's see. Ooh, who's this lady? Belle?
Excuse me, but is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
It's true.
That's what we're attempting, yes.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry's useless, and the Templars, Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
Alright, go to Haven.
Head to Haven then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
Hey, +1 power just for talking to some chick.
What's that? An arrow with a message?
Whoa, what is that? Mysterious arrow. Favors for friends. A message is attached, written in large, flowing hand and bordered with doodles. People say you're special. I want to help, and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Royeaux. I hear he wants to hurt you. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and around the cafe, and maybe you'll meet him first. Bring the swords. Friends of Red Jenny, a poor drawing of the locations in the market is attached. Okay, sounds fun. Friends of Red Jenny, eh? Okay, let's check our journal. What do we got? Royeaux, the Forbidden Oasis. Champions of the Inner Circle. Friends of Red Jenny. Ooh. Set active. Okay, so Red Jenny was in the last game.
That was a change of affairs. You might find friends among the stunned and reeling.
Okay. There's someone on the other side with a quest. Whee! Let's read.
I believe that mess.
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not?
No.
I have an invitation for you.
What? First Enchanter Vivian. Ooh, okay, so she is one of your future companions, so we'll go see her later. Who's that guy? Noble citizen. Alright, I've got a marker here.
There was no word for heaven or for earth or sea or sky.
Oh, there's a red thing. It's making shiny noises. Don't forget to press the search button. On PC it's V, and on like PS4 I think it's the left click for the joystick. Okay, thank you friends for helping good lady Keris. Saw those who asked about Herald enter third passage. Could not stay to see them exit. Recognize that song? It's I Am the One. Except in French. Ooh, read. Something in the bush? Even in the city, I will find a tree to do something. The apples nearest the cafe are said to change their taste depending on whether one is walking towards or away from the gallows, and of course they do, for taste is a subject to the whims of the heart, and no meal is favoured after tears. But dare it anyway, for none know the taste of joy such as we who do not shy from experience. Ooh, pretty. I thought I was going to pick a tree. Oh well. Not enough elf loot. What you... Oh, let's talk to this chick.
This victory must please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. Do you truly believe you are the Maker's chosen?
What do you care?
Haven't you already made up your mind? Why ask me now?
Because, despite all my fears, what if it's true? What if I have erred? I suppose it is out of our hands
What
now.
if I have air?
We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
Poor ladies have to... French people don't have H's in their language. They just go, Oh my god, there are so many topics. What do you believe about me? What will the Chantry do now? That's a good question.
So what happens now? Will the Chantry continue to denounce me?
We have already done so. And what good has it done us?
None at all.
Now it falls on us to select a new divine, if we can, and leave the next step to her.
Provided such a selection is even possible.
I truly don't know. Any revered mother who could have followed Justinia died at the Conclave.
I see.
What becomes of us, and your Inquisition, is in the Maker's hands now.
You could still help us? Where have the Templars gone? That's a good question.
Where is the Lord Seeker taking the Templars?
I can't begin to guess the Lord Seeker's mind. He could not have abandoned his intended role more completely.
There must be sense to what we can't see.
Must there? Rebellion seems popular in certain quarters, doesn't it, Seeker? Is crafting the Templars into a new power really any worse than declaring a rival to the Chantry itself?
How people... What did you want him to do?
What were you hoping the Lord Seeker would do exactly?
Put aside his war against the mages and find common purpose against something much more dire. Obviously, he has other plans. With the knights vigilant slain at the Conclave, there is nothing more we can do.
Perhaps there is something we can do.
I'd like to believe that, Seeker. I truly would. I suppose we can expect renewed effort against the mages from him, and yet more chaos.
You could still help us.
It's not too late. The Chantry could still help us and come out on top.
If only that were true.
What's to stop you from trying?
We are not looking for a winning horse. We are simply trying to do the right thing.
Alright, whatever. Ooh. Difficult times, those who have lost. Interesting. As in not very interesting at all. This sounds like a good place for a battle. Ooh, ooh, what's in there? Reservoir stocking evaluation. What's this shiny sounding looking red thing? The Randy Dowager Quarterly. The Randy Dowager welcomes the blooms of spring and the collected caliber, being a scandalous representation of Her Majesty's favoured court in flagrant delectable. What? Can their uniforms and modesty withstand the assault? The Randy Dowager exhibitions for the noble of thought but spry of step. The lady herself says, hardly a tethras, but generously arousing if polished cuirass does it for you. And it should. 3 scarves flattered in shock out of 5. Okay. I'm guessing that's like a porno mag or something? I don't know. Miroir de la Mer was cut from Royeaux in 849, blessed. It was the will of the mad Emperor Reveal, who demanded a reflecting pool large enough to draw his vain deceased mother back from across the veil. Seriously, this thing is making a lot. There we go. A red handkerchief folded around a key with a small hasty scroll. Key lifted from drunk swearing about Herald. Don't know what door. I'm out. My debt is paid. Okay. Moving along. So, questing for Red Jenny. I'm guessing someone's got to attack you at some point.
They left us. The Templars left us to the mages. Chantry liars.
I guess we can go up. No? Is there an up thing you can do? Ah, okay. Some areas have multiple levels. Click the icons in the top right to view them. I see. Okay, so there's different levels. Over here? Do it. Travel to location. Where are we going? Aha! There's a red thing. There we go. Okay. So press the B button. Pick up this red handkerchief. Favors for friends. A scrap of parchment is hastily torn from an ornate document, stuffed into this hiding place with a large red sock. We are to obey well. We meet at 3 bells to discuss how best to serve the new way. Scroll below is a misspelt script. Herald, go at time, praise Andraste. Taken together, the messages reveal a time, path, and key to a location on the world map. Interesting. Alright, well, let's go back. Don't think there's anything up here. Okay. This must be shops. So, what's this? Buy, sell. Phew. Expensive stuff. I think I am too poor for everything. Whatever, I'm playing on casual, so I should be fine.
If I might have a moment of your time.
Ooh, who are you?
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps my people are the wiser option.
You weren't at the conclave?
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
You think the Templars did it?
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all.
True.
You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
Why speak to us now?
The mages weren't willing to talk to the Inquisition before. Why now?
Because now I've seen what you are. And I've seen the Chantry for what it is. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lady Herald.
Okay.
Come, let us return to Haven.
Nice mace. Alright, whatever. Well, let's go. I feel like I can afford anything anyway in this fancy French place. Get her a restaurant, spend like all of your gold. Whee! Oh, pretty. A friend of Red Jenny. Oh. Neat. Okay, so this is what we were collecting. The 3 red things. So this leads to somewhere. Let's go see. Loading times, loading times. Ooh, you can skip through lines at any time in an active conversation and end some simple conversations altogether by simply walking away. Oh, how polite. Let me just walk away from you and everything you're talking about. Oh, spooky. Ah, look at these people. Ooh. Kill him. All right.
Make her take you!
Woohoo! Loot. Loot. That wasn't so hard. Fend off the guy. Ooh, open.
Herald of Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Who the fuck are you?
Just say what?
What is that?
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve.
Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're... And you're an elf. Well, hope you're not too elfy.
Okay.
I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
As if some say that. Who are you?
Some believe I'm the Herald of Andraste. But who are you, and what's this about?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Okay.
Why didn't you take their weapons?
Because no breaches.
They literally have no pants. Look at that. No pants. Okay. They have no pants. Oh, this is brilliant.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
First we have to make sense.
Could we take a few moments for sense to reassert itself? Who are you people?
I'm not people, but I get what you want. It's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me.
Red Jenny.
Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I used them to help you. Plus arrows.
Okay, so you're offering spies? Can you provide noble allies? You can provide soldiers?
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad person when he sees one.
Right.
So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. But if you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches.
Oh, no.
Like those guards. I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
Okay, Sarah joins the Inquisition. Okay.
All right, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
Okay, well that was interesting. Just got a new companion, Sarah. So she's a rogue with a bow. Not sure if she's better than Varric though. Well, we'll take her out for a spin, see how she goes. We'll need Cassandra and Solus as well. Okay, that was interesting. No breeches. Is there gonna be a bag with like pants somewhere around here? Too many. Here it is. Too many breeches. Fantastic. Okay. That was a nice little quest. So, friends of Red Jenny, just random people. Ooh, gotta loot that guy who lost his breeches. Sorry, man. Ooh, we should level her up. Level up. Where are you, Sarah? No, I'm still with Cassandra. Wait. Ah, here we go. Okay, so she's got the bow and arrow. Long shot. Yeah. Okay, what does this do? Leaping shot. Ooh. Fancy. We'll do those. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, who else do we got? So, oh, yeah, so remember the guy, the random messenger? So, if you go to the Ghislaine estate here, you can meet Vivian, who is another companion. So let's just go do that.
Lady Lavellan, on behalf of the Inquisition.
That's my last name, Lavellan. Okay.
What a pleasure to meet you, my lady. Seeing the same faces at every event becomes so tiresome.
Didn't I just kick your ass?
So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer. Or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
They exaggerate a bit.
Some of those storytellers may have gotten carried away.
But only for the best effect. The Inquisition is a ripe subject for wild tales.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit. Washed up sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously.
Okay.
Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts to grab power.
I won't take that from a weird chef hat man. What's your point?
I've never made any claims to holiness. What's your point?
In front of all these people, you admit to being a pretentious usurper.
You're a pretentious usurper.
We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a woman of honor, you'd step outside and answer the charges.
Charges for what? What the fuck are you talking? Oh.
My dear Marquis.
What?
How unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. She's pretty.
You know such rudeness is intolerable.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
How is he still talking?
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lady, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
I don't care.
The Marquis doesn't interest me. Do whatever you like with him.
Poor Marquis. Issuing challenges and hurling insults like some Ferelden doglord. And all dressed up in your Aunt Solange's doublet. Didn't she give you that to wear to the Grand Tourney? To think all the brave chevaliers who will be competing left for Markham this morning, and you're still here. Were you hoping to sate your damaged pride by defeating the Herald of Andraste in a public duel?
Ooh.
Or did you think her blade could put an end to the misery of your failure?
Snap.
Run along, my dear. Do give my regards to your aunt.
Maximum sass.
I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you.
I like your headdress. It's real big. Look at those maleficent horns. Epic.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first Enchanter of Montsimard, and Enchantress to the Imperial Court.
What about the Marquis?
Is that Marquis going to pose a problem?
His aunt is the Vicomtesse of Mont de Glace. Not a powerful family, but well respected. And very devout. Alphonse will be disowned for this. It's not the first time he's brought his aunt disgrace, but I'm sure it'll be the last. And after such a public humiliation, I expect he'll run off to the Dales to join the Empress's war effort. Either to make a good end, or to win back a modicum of self-respect.
I see. Interesting party so far.
Your salon has certainly exceeded my expectations so far.
I'm glad to keep you entertained, my dear. I wanted to meet face to face. It is important to consider one's connections carefully. With Divine Justinia dead, the Chantry's in shambles. Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
What are loyal mages?
You say you led the last of the loyal mages. Loyal to whom?
To the people of Thedas, of course. We have not forgotten the commandment, as some have, that magic exists to serve man. I support any effort to restore such order.
I see. What do you get out of this?
What's in this for you?
The same thing anyone gets by fighting this chaos. The chance to meet my enemy, to decide my fate. I won't wait quietly for destruction.
I see. Do you support the Chantry?
Are you devout? What's your opinion of the Chantry?
I was a great admirer of the late Divine Justinia V. The Chantry, at its best, unites the disparate cultures of Thedas, and looks after its most vulnerable. Had she lived, Justinia could have accomplished so much.
But the Chantry opposes us.
You are aware that the Chantry hasn't sanctioned this Inquisition.
The Chantry is leaderless. They're in no position to officially sanction anything. Besides, my dear, if there is one virtue the Chant of Light teaches us, it is forgiveness. Once the Inquisition has sealed the breach, I'm sure the new Divine will not care in the slightest about official permission.
Dress. Okay. Just for that outfit, you are in.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
Okay. Well, sounds promising. Which is a promise. Lots of promises. Loading, loading, loading. Doo-doo, loading, loading. Come on, it's just the world map. Load. Ah, we're back in Haven. That didn't take long. Alright, I think I might leave it off here. Thanks for watching!